Here.
Okay.
Hold this.
Oh. And
Ready? I'm gonna cut. Just be careful. Oh, hey! Ow. You know who you are. The store. We
say that. Take two.
So the last couple times we've been to the store, we've seen this thing sitting there, and we keep looking at it, going like, "What is it? What do you do with it? What does it taste like?" She had to print the sign. She didn't like my handwritten one. Will you look at the size of this? Size matters. But yeah, we've been to our local grocery store several times. We've seen this, and we decided we finally have to just try it and see what is it. What does it taste like? So this is a jackfruit. I hear the thing is really sticky, so we have to get into our protective gear.
Protective clothing.
We need some protective clothing.
Protective clothing.
Although, because it's going to ruin our clothes, supposedly it gets...
Time to change.
Yeah, well... Yes.
Are you working out or changing?
Into my protective gear. Oh, can't get my... Stand right here. Stand right here. Right here, facing me.
What about your apron?
No, it's good. This is good. This whole thing here is good.
What you got going on there is good.
Stand
I got my apron.
right here.
Okay.
Hold this.
Oh. And
Ready? I'm gonna cut. Just be careful. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. That wouldn't even work. This is like just like a practice sword. It's not even sharp. But
damn. How much does it weigh?
This weighs 17 pounds. Costs us 25 bucks.
It better be good.
It better be good. You look kind of scary with that. Oh! Kind of a weird smell, but that's what we got in there.
Check out, that's only like a half a seed. Check out the size of that. Check out the size of that. You're not on the paper.
I'm close to the paper. Doesn't close count?
Hand grenades and horseshoes.
Cut the skin off.
Jeez. Slam it.
Oop, there goes the seed. So then you're just getting these little pod things out. And what does this stuff taste like? Oh, not bad. Taste.
It smells like it's mild fruity.
Smell it.
Smell-o-vision.
Inside. Oh.
There was the
There was a seed.
5-second rule. It's not very sticky. I thought it was going to be more sticky.
Yeah. Not as sticky. We were like...
We're in full protective gear.
Totally warned that it was like going to be sticky and all this, and it's a little sticky, but... Now, the interesting thing about this is they say you can actually make a... it actually is... You can make like a barbecued pork type thing. You can actually take this.
Only it's not.
It's not pork. It's actually a vegetable. But if you like take it and shred it.
Substitute.
Yeah, it's a meat substitute. But if you take this stuff and shred it and mix it in with some barbecue sauce, it's supposed to be just like, you know, barbecued pork tacos and sandwiches and whatnots. And these pod here, that's what you take. This is the center thing gets thrown away. That's nothing. It's these pod things.
Pod people.
Pod people that we are getting out of there.
So you don't want this section
Oh.
here. You want the pod below it. Really?
All right, I think I can undo the protective gear.
You don't need to be fully protected.
No, it's really warm in this thing. This is a bit of a challenge getting this stuff out of here. It just doesn't go out at all.
Again, I don't know if this is edible.
Cut this.
Or is it literally just the pod itself?
From what I was seeing was the pods. Well, eat the stuff, see what happens. No. No, definitely not.
Okay, not that.
Yeah.
I like that. No, definitely.
So not all this little
hair looking
stuff. You got to get this.
feathery.
Yeah, the feathery stuff. You got to get that off because that. Tried to eat it. It's not good. So it's just that part on the inside. Yeah, that's the fruit. That's pretty good.
No talking with your mouth.
Okay, I tried to wash my hands. We're still cutting this. This is actually going to take definitely over an hour to go through all of this right here. And after a while, I just got fed up with the gloves and I took them off and I figured like, I'm just going to wash my hands. It'll be fine. But after I washed my hands, I could tell there is still that sticky residue still on my hands. They're still sticky. It would be good to keep wearing gloves. At this point, I'm already... So we spent probably a little over an hour pulling this stuff out of this big fruit here. And this, the last one, you can do it. This big bowl, all this jackfruit right there, big, huge thing filled with these. Sorry, I can't really, I'm gonna drop it. Big seeds. So these you're supposed to boil, and then you can eat these. About 20 to 30 minutes boiling. I think tonight we're going to look up the barbecued like pulled pork type thing. We're gonna look that up and we're gonna attempt that tonight. Now we gotta clean up all this. I mean, I already like filled up this bag here, but that's, yeah, just so you know, it makes a mess. I put a towel down on the floor just to try and save the floor a bit, but it's a bit messy. All right, and a little side note, I washed my hands with regular soap and they were still sticky. I couldn't get it off. So basically, luckily, you know, me, I'm a painter, so I had this stuff left over. It's what I used to get the oil-based paint off my hands. So this stuff worked great. My hands are no longer sticky. So just so you know, you're gonna have to use something a little stronger than just soap to get that stickiness off your fingers. All right, so we are working on the seeds at the moment. We're gonna let it simmer for 30 minutes. And then supposedly it's like a consistency of a potato. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, then we also learned about the, we were gonna do it was like the pulled pork type thing.
There was only one recipe that said that.
Oh, only one recipe said that? What does the other recipe say?
I'm working on it.
Okay. But so far we saw one recipe on how to do it, and it was actually those white fibers that we were throwing away, not the pods. They said those white fibers, which had no flavor, that was the stuff you're supposed to use to make the pulled pork. So, we're going to look for some more recipes and see what we get. Hey, when you get something new, it's a learning experience, right? Right. Boiled them for half an hour, and then I realized there's still like an outer kind of shell on there. This little skin or whatever. I mean, I don't know if you can eat that, but it seems stiff. I don't think I'd want to eat it. So I am peeling that. Then you're left with a little tiny, more like a tater bud. And then when you eat it, it's very much like a little potato. Interesting. But we are working on making our pulled pork. Now this is different from the recipes we saw, because a lot of the recipes for the pulled pork style, we actually saw the number one thing that everyone's using is the jackfruit from cans. So if you do it from a can, it's much softer. But we're just gonna, simmer it for a really long time, and hopefully it'll be good. So we're kind of making up our own recipe. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we were doing the seeds. They were boiled. You can see there's still that white shell on there. And we've been peeling the shells. Yum yum. And then we get the the little nut inside, which actually tastes a lot like a little potato. So we did some, and then I started to figure this is a lot of work to have something that tastes like a little potato that would really be a lot quicker to do. So I stopped, because honestly this was a big chore. I'm just not in the mood. So I'm calling it quits on that one. Alright, I'm going to try my little sandwich, see how it goes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, there's a lot of work, but that did turn out pretty good. So, as far as, because we did with the fresh, a lot of the recipes we saw for the pulled pork version came from the cans. And that would have, like, what we saw in the pictures and stuff that we checked out, that would have mushed a lot more and looked like real shredded, pork and stuff. So, using the fresh stuff, I think we saw one where it said you had to, like, mix it with the barbecue sauce and then let it sit in the fridge for an hour. It's too late. We just wanted to eat, so we were rushing it. So it didn't shred as much as like a regular, pulled pork sandwich would have been, but it still tastes really good. So I have no problem with this whatsoever. So it's like pulled pork, but it's a little bit sweeter, a little bit of a sweeter pulled pork, but that's good. Thumbs up for me. And now back to your regularly scheduled program.